Well, now we're going to simplify a polynomial. By the way, a polynomial is any expression where whereby the exponents on the variables are whole numbers. So now we have negative 5 n to the fourth minus 11 n cubed minus 9 n squared minus n minus 5. And we're going to evaluate this thing for n equals negative 1. In other words, we're going to replace every variable with parentheses, every n with parentheses. Yeah. And inside those parentheses, we're going to write negative 1. That's replacing n with a negative 1. Yeah. So this equals now negative 1. Any negative number raised to an even power is the positive version of that number. In other words, negative 1 to the fourth power is 1, and 1 times negative 5 is 5. Negative 5, I beg your pardon. Any negative number raised to an odd power will be negative. So now we have negative 11, and negative 1 to the third power is negative 1. Now, minus 9 and negative 1 to the second power, an even power, is going to be 1, and 1 times 9 is 9. And now we have a minus times a minus is a plus 1 minus 5. We never leave a double sign on this thing. Minus times a minus is going to be a plus. That's what we install. If it happened to be a minus times a plus, then we'd get a minus, but only one sign. Okay, let's keep going. So we have negative 5 minus, and a minus times a minus is a plus 11, minus 9 plus 1 minus 5. Well, let's simplify this thing. We have a minus 5 and a minus 5. Well, that's a minus 10. We have 11 plus 1. That's a plus 12. And we have a minus 9. We haven't dealt with that yet. Okay. So let's see. We've accommodated that. 5, 5, 10. 11, 1, 12. And there's the minus 9. Okay. So it looks like we have a minus 19 plus 12. And that equals negative 7. And we are done with that one. Well, now we are going to add two polynomials. So we have 3x squared plus x cubed minus parentheses 2x cubed minus 7x squared. Well, we can just dispense with these parentheses. The coefficient on them is 1, and 1 times whatever's inside is whatever's inside. So we get 3x squared plus x cubed. Now, to dispense with these parentheses, we have to distribute that negative. Well, anytime you multiply through by a negative, you simply change every sign. Because a negative times a positive is negative, and a negative times a negative is positive. 7x squared. Now we'll get our like terms together, so we have 3x squared plus 7x squared, and then plus x cubed, this guy right here, minus 2x cubed. And let's see, how many x squareds do we have? It looks 3 plus 7 is 10 x squared. And now we have 1x cubed, and we're going to subtract 2x cubed. Well, that'll leave a deficit of 1x cubed, or x cubed. We are not going to write 1x cubed. The one's understood, just minus x cubed. And there we have it. We're done.